Good evening and welcome to the Upper Darby Township Planning Commission meeting. I hereby call this meeting to order on Monday, June 9th at, what time? 7:04. Oh, oh, do you want me to start over again, Joshua? Okay. So roll call attendance this evening, Jeff Roken and Deb Nifon could not be here, but Cassandra, myself, and Mike are here. Our first order of business is the approval of the meeting minutes from May 12th, 2025. Does anybody have any questions, or do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
Okay. Next on the agenda is the communications and bills, which there aren't any this month. So, and next is the Community and Economic Development Report, and we don't have any business for this meeting either. Rita LaRue's daughter graduated today, so we'll catch up next meeting. Yep. So the first order of business is 8520 Monroe Avenue. If you want to come and present.
Thank you. It sounds like it's on. My name's George Lavin. I'm representing Kevin Rogani, who is proposing the development in the area. I guess I would just like to initially cover where the location is, if you're not familiar with it, and what's located around there. It's right essentially at the crossroads of Route 1 and Route 3. Behind the commercial district that the township has in place where the maintenance and trucks are, and what they call, I think, the PICO right-of-way where the wires run down there. This property is just, I think, to the north of that area. So currently it is, the property is, one side of it, the existing house, is on a twin lot, and it's a larger, older twin. We're proposing to put a 4-apartment development structure on the other vacant lot size, and I can show you some photos that give you an idea of the space. We had originally, when we went to the zoning hearing board, we had initially been asked to shift the house or the new development part of to the neighbor's side of the lot more, to put a driveway between the lot and the neighbor's existing house. Since then, it's been suggested that we make the single existing driveway the one entrance and eliminate the driveway and the path on the other house by the neighbors. Mr. Rogani has spoken to the neighbors. They are in favor of the plan. Let me think what else. I think that's a good start. And what I would like to do here is I have some, excuse me while I shuffle these a little bit, some exhibits that I used previously with the zoning board. And if I could, just hand one of these to Josh. All right, you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yep. What I just handed you was previously marked zoning hearing board, which shows you an overview of the existing property and location. As you see on the first page of that, the house with the pinpoint on it, the red pinpoint, that's half of that structure there is the existing lot and the existing twin. To the left of that, as you're looking at the page, that big empty lot between the roof where the pinpoint is and the roof at 8528 is the empty lot that we're talking about developing here.
Mr. Lauer,
Yes.
do you have an extra copy, or can we show that to the audience? Is there a way? Is that what you want to see? Yeah.
I do, I have, wait a minute, I may, yes. Let me, I think,
Yeah.
somewhere on here, I have a can you use a floppy drive, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just.
No,
bring
that's
it
fine,
up.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
that works. Okay. So you can see the property is, get my, right, Josh has got it perfect right there. That, the white roof and the big lot between that and the area to the left is the area we're talking about developing. We're going to put a structure pretty much comparable to the size of the other properties in the neighborhood, but it will have 4 apartments, 2 on the, two on each, is it right? I'm sorry, let me ask Mr. Rogani to explain again.
Good evening. Yeah, so it's going to be 2 semi-detached.
Okay.
So it's 3 lots total in the future, 2 apartments each, separate lots.
I
Thank
think
you.
you have a drawing of what it looks like.
Yes, we do, yes. So that's the location, and I think you can see the existing driveway there where the cars are parked. We're going to extend the parking across the back of the lot there where the cars are, and then the driveway will come up the center, or closer to it'll be a shared driveway between the new development and the existing house. So, so that's essentially the area. Let me see, would you like me to go over the other commercial or larger structures in the area, or are you okay with that?
I think I'm fine with that. Are you
Okay.
okay with that? Yeah. from
Okay.
before.
Let me see if I can then turn, and I do have some exhibits here I can hand you. Now, these are the drawings that we did for the zoning hearing board, so I think they've been updated, but this essentially shows the structure that we're proposing to put on the lot and the location.
Yeah, I thought it was in
I
the
think they were
email.
emailed, they were emailed to us. I believe.
Yeah. Is he talking about this?
I think it's. Yeah, this is.
You talking about this?
Yes.
Okay.
This is just, shows the apartments.
We can share.
Oh, okay. Man comes prepared. I like that.
So again, this is just a sketch drawing of the structure. And if you flip to the second page, you can see approximately where the gray shaded area is the proposed location for the new structure.
I'm sorry, the last sentence, it's a little difficult to hear you. Is the
Sure.
mic?
The proposed,
Okay.
let me slow down. The gray shaded area on that diagram is the location of the proposed new structure.
Okay.
Are you on-
Right here. Right
Yes,
here.
the
One-
second page.
Oh,
Side page right
I'm
there.
sorry.
That's okay. So in total, how many units, there's 4 that's going to be with the new structure?
Correct.
Is that's the total? And then the existing?
Correct, that's one apartment, that's one rental unit, the existing
That would
structure.
be- All right, so
Yes.
there's 1 rental and then the new structure will be 4.
4, correct. And to the right of that on page 2, it shows the essentially the structures of the apartments that'll be going in there.
Okay.
So there'll be 2 entrances from the front of the structure, as you see, and then 2 from the side. And they'll be good-sized apartments, 800 to almost 1,000 square feet in the different apartments. And I can have Mr. Rogani explain more details about how that's constructed, or our architect does explain that in more detail. So that's the proposed structure. Mr. Rogani owns numerous other houses for rental in the township currently. I think I think the inspectors and the people in the township respect his developments and what he's putting in. He likes this location because it's close to public transportation and a little bit isolated, and it'll be a nice place for, smaller families or people with young kids to live in. So that's really all I have. We've taken it to the Delaware County Planning Commission. They have blessed it. The zoning board approved it, and we're coming back because I think we left some of the specifics out at our first presentation and just wanted to come back and present it to you again.
Could you
Sure.
repeat what you had said about the neighbors approving the driveway?
Yes, Mr. Organi can talk in more detail about that, but
Okay.
we met with them and they talked about some sort of trees or plantings there to kind of, block the structure from the existing structure. So they have discussed that and they're fine with that, the way that works, what's proposed. Is that it? Yeah, let me just ask Mr. Regani to come up and, thank you.
Sure, I could answer that for you. Joshua, if you may, are you able to bring up the Google, Maps, sky image, I guess? Okay, there's a little marker, it says street lighting requests. So
Can you zoom in a little bit more, Jones? Thank you.
So the house 8528, yeah, that one, 8528 Monroe. So they have their driveway, then there's some grass, and then there's a fence, which is on my property line. Those neighbors asked that a fence be, in place, and they were okay with the plans. And they appreciate that there was going to be a fence. They actually like the fence because people used to cut through the property and then go over to the old Wawa that's across the street and near the Pico. So they like the fence. And they appreciate that now there's more grass towards their property. But the fence, they asked that I keep it. I said, I'll transfer that information to the engineer so that could be designed in.
Mhm.
But other than that, they were okay with the project.
For the neighbors on both sides, correct?
Yeah, so the neighbors attached to my property, they wouldn't really be affected because there's already going to be a fence and a backyard with one driveway spot, but they're not really as impacted as the first one that I spoke about, correct? And then on the same street, across the street, is a carpet business, and then a duplex, and other like rentals across the street.
And how many bedrooms are they?
Yeah, each one is a two-bedroom, correct.
And it's just the one driveway, though?
So it's going to be one driveway, a widened driveway, so enough cars can get through. But then in the back of the property, there'll be a total of 8 parking spots.
I see, okay.
Dennis, the engineer, he could show a diagram, hopefully with the driveway and all the parking spots.
Thank you. Dennis O'Neill, I'm an engineer with Herbert McCumbie's office. So to the left side of the proposed dwelling used to be another driveway. So at the recommendation and consultation with the township staff, and you can see where it's stubbed off at the bottom, we decided to use the 16-foot wide driveway between the existing dwelling and the proposed dwellings as a common driveway. And then in the back, there's 8 parking spaces to share.
Okay,
The blue square you see is our stormwater management infiltration basin, which will collect stormwater. All of the paving under the parking spaces is porous pavement to help reduce runoff.
I think you answered some questions about the porous pavement last time, but I just wanted to make sure, maybe, and just for my, in my own knowledge, but the slope of the driveway itself, I don't see any drains, great, like dashed in here, so that won't have porous pavement. The water will just drain down to the street.
Yeah,
or-
there is an inlet
Mhm.
down at the low end of the parking lot, just off the porous pavement,
Mhm.
which will capture anything that doesn't get into the porous pavement area.
Yep.
And then we've added an under drain system under the porous pavement as well to pick up anything extra and get it to the basin.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so all that flat pavement in the back where the spots are and between the spots in the house, that's the porous and the drainage system.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions on the board?
No, I'm good.
I just have a quick question. It just might be, I'm not sure for the art, it might be the architect, but it's just updated drawings, but just we received or was printed out this drawing of the elevations, and it was what's the date on this? From February. So yeah, maybe this is just an older copy, but it's showing sort of the two entrances at the front. It's showing a property line running down the center, and now this updated ZBA 2 is showing a much different front elevation and layout of the units, which is,
ZBA 2 is older. That's the first iteration.
That would
Okay.
have been from the original variance approval from mid-2024. So
oh, okay.
that elevation you have on the main 11 by 17 should be the most up to date.
Okay, so then how,
No, other way.
Yep.
It's.
Okay.
This is the most up to date.
Yes.
This is not, this is on 8.5 by 11.
on the,
One here.
This is the
Okay.
most up to date
Okay.
with the newest, right? So this has the property line going down the middle.
okay, so that's,
And is on the outside, right, a traditional duplex.
okay, and that's what was been approved, okay. Sorry, when you handed to me this ZBA one, I was completely like, wait, what's going on? Okay. Okay, and then again, this will be a property line down the middle and a more traditional layout than what's on the ZBA sheet. It'll just, like units on each side, stair going up, separation. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's just what I wanted to understand. Okay. Yeah, then thank you for clearing that up. I have no questions. Oh.
Sure.
Were a couple of maintenance agreements that were recommended by Josh that we will put in place. Stormwater maintenance, parking space.
Okay.
We will have those agreements in place.
Josh, do you just want to, what those were, some of the recommendations you made?
Yeah, so let's talk about some of the recommendations. I think this has been kind of a fun project because it's evolved a lot since the first iteration, which you can kind of see on the zoning hearing board drawings.
Mhm.
Right, the first thing they did was they changed it to make it more zoning compliant. Right, we have to remember that a two-family semi-detached duplex, what they're suggesting here isn't allowed use in the zoning district, and instead of an apartment. So it's the same number of units, but it's how it's designed. So they went from a non-conforming use to a conforming use, which was appreciative. And then, right, they also made the latest iteration, which was taking away that driveway from, I think it was 8520 Monroe. So allowing for a little bit more green space and allowing for stormwater to bubble up and flow there, and allowing for additional trees to go in, which were all things that we were looking for from the applicant. Previously, the driveway was also pretty slim, so we felt that was a little too tight, and we'd rather just have one big driveway. As far as parking goes, right, they're not far from transit specifically, right? I think it's the 110 and the 115. They're going to be right on the back of a future trail, the Nailers Run Trail, and then they still also have 3 spaces per lot, which is only one less than the required 4 spaces, which they received zoning for.
Okay.
So, I mean, with all of that, we're very happy with how the plan has shaped out, and we're recommending approval, contingent on addressing the rest of the staff comments, and approval for the waivers that were requested.
Okay. Allison, do you have anything you want to add? or-
No, we do want to thank the applicant for being responsive to our review comments. And I agree with what Josh had says, that they have revise the plan according to our review comments. We have really little outstanding comments left. Just one remaining comment about the impervious coverage to be consistent. Otherwise, we would recommend approval.
All right, thank you. How about from the public? Any comments?
Come on.
I know we have 2 council members here, so.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, please step forward and use the mic. Yeah.
Or I'll never be able to do the minutes.
Yeah.
I won't hear it.
You can just say your name. You don't have to give your address.
Hi, I'm Councilwoman Blackwell. Thank you for all that you do. I do want to state that I do support this project. I would like to know if there's going to be some type of minority housing or HUD or Section 8, because it is business and we still have to look out for those that maybe cannot afford it. I live in a neighborhood like right around the corner. So I was just curious about
I
that.
can't hear her.
Yeah, we can.
It doesn't
Can't
have to
hear
be,
you.
but I'm just curious. What do you think?
We can't hear you. Can you both come up to the mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about
All
that?
right, so
So just
again,
ask,
what I,
ask your question again.
so the question is, will there be some type of HUD housing or low-income housing included?
Yes, definitely. I've worked with the Dollar County Housing Authority. I don't want to say Chester, but it's right off of McDade Boulevard. And I have a couple Section 8 tenants today in Upper Darby, right in the Highland Park area and in Drexel Hill. And I don't mind at all. I've also worked with Housing Community Action, CAADC,
Okay,
well before. So I'm open to whoever and helping out anybody that needs it.
okay, thank you.
Sure.
All right.
And did I hear you say you support?
I do support
Development.
housing and building and business, especially in the 4th District. I want everybody to come and do business, just make it happen. So, thank you.
Thank you very much for your support. Greatly
welcome.
appreciate you coming on your, Monday evening to come and hear this project.
You're
Thanks.
welcome. Thank you.
I had to come. Hi, I'm Councilwoman Billups. I had to come and let Kevin know that I do support him as well. If we're going to make sure that Upper Darby is going to be a great place to live and to thrive for our, not just for us, but for people that's coming in, I think Kevin project is a great spot, right? It's in a great neighborhood. I think the community will benefit from it, and it's housing. We all need housing, right? So, and the fact that he is going to open it up to also people who may have low income, I think is great. So I definitely support this. I like the fact of the stormwater thing that he's doing. I like that he is going to have more trees there and it's going to be friendly for the children. So I definitely support this project. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments? And thank you for coming out tonight. I know how hard it is, especially on a Monday night. Okay.
I remember one more thing I wanted to ask.
Oh, sure,
That's
go
okay. Just one more quick question again. I just know you have basements shown on this, on these apartments. What's the use for the basements? Will they just have, mechanical units for both, or for all 4 apartments, or?
Yeah, each basement, each side has its own basement. It'll be accessible by the occupants, and it'll be essentially the utilities and also washer and dryer, laundry services.
Okay, so, but shared for all, for both units, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Okay, perfect.
Storage.
Okay, that was just my last question. Thank you.
And specifically also, I believe the bike storage as well, which is one of the reasons we're recommending approval for that waiver.
Absolutely.
Because there was alternative bike storage, and as a residential property, it really didn't need
Yep.
an outside bike storage.
Yep, perfect. Okay. All right, so
Okay, well, we're at the time in the meeting. We'll make a motion to,
yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the project.
So moved.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it's approved.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for coming out
Thank you.
tonight. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thanks
working
for
with
the
us, too.
opportunity.
Yep.
Thanks.
I did. So,
I seconded it.
Mike, okay.
Yep.
Next on the agenda is old business, which we don't have any. Any new business?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. And the meeting is adjourned.
Oh.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn, yeah.
Sandra.